Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to discuss the example for probability by using the tree diagram. Kindly refers to the question. Three methods A, B and C are used to produce respectively 60%, 25% and 15% of the total numbers of items of a meal. The percentage of defective output of a method are 2%, 3% and 6%. We notice that we are going to use the tree diagram. So kindly refers to the tree diagram. So first we have three methods where we have A, B and C. So here we have the tree diagram. So these three methods A, B, C are to produce something where we call the meal. So for the 60%, 25% and 50%. So kindly convert into probability where we have 0.6 for A, 0.25 for B and 0.15 for C. So that is the situation. Next, continue. The percentage of defective output of the method are 2% for A, 3% for B, and 6% for C. So means that we are focusing on the defective output. So in here, we are going to split the A, B, and C, which is the defective and non-defective. So kindly refers to the situation for A, we have the defective and the non-defective, where we have the 2% means that 0.02. So for the non-defective, automatically, as we all know, 1 minus the 0.02 and we will have 0.98. Continue for the B, again, we have the defective and non-defective, and we know that B, the defective will be 0.03. And the complement for the defective, which is the D complement, 0.97, and same goes to C, where we have 0.06 for defective, and the non-defective is 0.94. So kindly refers to the diagram. So in here, my suggestion is kindly interpret the situation. So in here, we have the probability of D, given that A has occurred. So kindly expand the situation where we have the probabilities for D intersect with the A over the probabilities for A. So as we all know, probabilities for D given that A has occurred is 0.02. Continue. We have the probabilities for D complement given that A has occurred. Continue. Probabilities for D given that B has occurred. Probabilities for D complement given that B has occurred. And keep on going. Probabilities for D given that C has occurred. Probabilities for D complement given that C has occurred. So kindly expand all the situation. So here we have the situation. So try to understand the meaning. Meaning that we have this one is 0.02. This one is 0.98. This one is 0.03. This one is 0.97, 0.06, 0.94. So that is the probability for the situation. Next, we have this part where we have 0.6, 0.25, and continue, we have 0.15, 0.15. So that is the situation for the diagram. Next, kindly refers to the question. If an item is selected at random, find the probability that the item is defective. So the title would be probability for defective. If it refers to the situation and we have the defective, which is this part. And still remember the total probability. So kindly state the total probability. We have D intersect with the A plus probability that D intersect with the B plus probabilities that D intersect with the C. So that is the formula for total probability. So continue with the situation. B. If an item is defective, what is the probability that it is produced by the method A? We have the situation, probabilities that we have A, given that if an item is defective. So that is the question for the B. Or we can say, we state the formula for the B. So very obvious, this is a conditional probability. So what is the formula for conditional probability? Formula for the conditional probability, probabilities for A intersect with the D, given that we have the D, meaning that over the probabilities of D. So kindly refers to the situation. So notice that in order to find the probabilities that D intersect with the A, so meaning that we have to cross multiply the situation, which is the probabilities for D given that A has occurred, multiply with the probability of A. Repeat the situation. In order to find the probabilities for D intersect with the B, we have to cross multiply the probabilities of D given that B has occurred, multiply with the probabilities for B. Again, repeat the situation, cross multiply the probabilities for D given that C with the probability of C. So in here, our answer would be 0.6 multiplied with 0.02 plus the probabilities for 0.25 multiplied 0.03 plus 0.15 multiplied with 0.06. So kindly calculate the situation and we have the answer 0.0285. Then remember 3 significant figure 0.0285. So that is our answer. Next, kindly refers to B, where we have the situation probabilities that A given that D. So the formula will be probabilities that A intersect D over probabilities for D. So kindly refers to the diagram where we are going to look for A intersect D. So in order to find the A intersect D, we need to cross multiply 0.6 multiplied with 0.02 over the probabilities for D, where we have 0.0285. So finally, the probabilities that A given that D has occurred is equals to 0.42105. So do remember 3 significant figure 0.421. So here we are, and thanks for watching.